So what's up, y'all? Today I want to tell y'all about the habits that make people successful.
Don't bother me, I'm working. Don't bother me, I'm working.
See, you got to understand this. What separates you and those people that you might consider to be successful is the habits. It's simply the habits, how you spend your free time, how you go about working, and what your work ethic is. You know what I mean? Every little thing is simply just about your habits. Even when it comes to everything in your life, it's just about the habits. The way you treat your spouse in a relationship. If you're not happy or you are happy in it, it's about the habits that you guys have together. That's really what it comes down to. I was in the building cleaning earlier today, and a lady asked me, one of the little office ladies was sitting in the office still as I was cleaning, and she was asking me what I was listening to in my headphones. And I told her I was listening to an audiobook, and she was just so impressed. You can see her spine straighten up and her eyes perk up, you know what I mean? Her face lit up, and she was like, "Oh, wow, I thought you were listening to music." And I was like, "No." You know what I mean? I try to get an audiobook in or some type of lecture or motivational video as I'm cleaning, so that way I can you know what I mean? So I can kill two birds with one stone. I can educate myself while also taking care of this work in a physical sense. You know what I mean? And I was just thinking, that's really what separates me from the people that work for me. Everybody that works for me usually comes in, they put their earbuds in, and they're listening to music. And most of the time it's some type of rap music or trap music or something like that. And I'm usually 9 times out of 10 listening to something business related, something motivational, something, whether it's a podcast or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? I'm always listening to something that I feel like is gonna better myself. Even when I turn on the music, it's probably gonna be Jay-Z if it's rap, because I'm trying to listen to the gems that he drops when he does rap, because he drops a lot of gems in the midst of the bragging. You know what I mean? So it's about the habits. Like, you gotta look at what's separating you from the person that you consider successful. You know what I mean? How do you spend your time versus how they spend their time? And that's why, like, I look at my friends who I grew up with. That's what separates us more than anything. I mean, so some of them might play victim and say, well, the felony separate us. Well, not necessarily. I don't think so, because everything that I've done is something they could have did as well, with or without the felony. You know what I mean? And let's be truthful here for a minute. My best friends, the felony that they have is for a crime that I committed with them. But I just got lucky because I was always younger than all of my friends, and the department chose not to charge me with them. But really, I was supposed to have the same charge as them. But we come from the same background. We've done the same things. None of us had both parents in the house or anything like that. So it's like, what's separating us? It's simply the habits. It comes down to the habits. They spend their free time drinking. They spend their free time smoking. I spend my free time listening to audiobooks. And yes, I drink too on my free time, but most of the time if I'm drinking, I'm probably sitting drinking, watching Shark Tank. Drinking, getting some, putting tags in my YouTube videos and trying to market them on the internet. You know what I mean? Or I'm editing. Or I'm doing something productive while at the same time, if I'm going to enjoy myself or I'm going to kick back and relax, I'll relax while getting something done. And I can't say every single moment of my life is dedicated to work, but most of the time I am working. But the difference is when you're doing stuff that you love doing, it doesn't feel like work. So when I'm doing these videos, it doesn't feel like work, because I really enjoy trying to help people become the best version of themselves. You know what I mean? Like, my vision always was to, you know what, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to get rich, and I'm going to figure out what these people are doing, and I'm going to get all that information, I'm going to go bring it back to the hood, and I'm going to expose everything so we all can get there. And it's funny because I've been doing that, and what I'm starting to realize is that the people that I care so much about helping the most and saving the most don't even care. I was one of the few that cared. You know what I mean? These people who are in these situations most of the time enjoy them, and that's why they remain there. That's why I don't get worked up no more when I hear people living in certain living conditions that aren't that great. And they'll say, I'm so tired of living out here. I'm so tired of these guns going off at night. I'm so tired of this living situation I'm in. They hate their spouse and all of that. But the truth of the matter is they don't, because they've been saying the same thing for 5 and 10 years. If you really hated that situation, you would have figured out a way to get yourself out of it, because that emotion, that strong emotion, if you really truly hated it, would have pushed you into figuring out a way. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to start a business. I didn't even know that there were videos on YouTube and stuff to show you how to do stuff. I just put my, you know what I mean? I just figured it out. I figured this stuff out. I asked dumb questions. You know what I mean? I went to register for businesses and stuff, and I asked dumb questions. I went to business seminars. I went out to meet people. I learned stuff. I figured out what Google was, figured out how to use a computer, started typing in questions and actually reading what the blogs might say, how to make money online, how to make passive income, how to make multiple streams of income. And then I tried to figure out how I can do these things in real life. You know what I mean? I saw a guy own a cleaning franchise when I was 16 years old. And I worked for him, and I felt like he was successful, and I realized, hey, I don't need a degree for that, because I knew I wasn't going to college when I was younger, because I hated high school so much, number one. And then number two, I realized, well, damn, you don't need a degree to be successful. So fine, I just won't go, because I keep seeing people talk about this student loan debt stuff, and I don't want no parts of that anyway. You know what I mean? So once I saw a guy that was successful with cleaning franchise, I knew that maybe I could do that to get my start in entrepreneurship, and I can go from there. You know what I mean? But it's really about how you spend your time. Like, what are you interested in? Are you serious about being successful? If you're serious about being successful, you're going to have to separate yourself from people who aren't. And you're going to have to start doing stuff that'll lead you to the point where you're trying to get to. You know what I mean? And the key word is doing stuff. Because in that doing, that's your habits. See, what are your habits? What do you think about? Whenever I'm going to give you a good... I went through so many different levels, and I always forget. So as I go, I try to think of them, all the things that I've been through, and share them with you guys. One of the things just popped in my head was when I was working at the shipyard before I quit and went full-time as a business owner. I used to always listen to positive affirmations, and I would just train my mind to think differently. Like, that's a part where I had to go through. You know what I mean? Like, I would just keep thinking. I would get so much into the visualization of not being an employee there anymore that I will feel like I wasn't even there at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I would feel, because I get so deep into it. I will walk in there and I actually have a good day. As much as I hated that place, it'll feel like it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? Because that's like, I would just lock in so much, you know what I mean? And focus on what I wanted, and then to the point where I finally made it manifest into reality. But most people don't spend their time doing that. I spent my free time sitting in the car before I went into work, listening to positive affirmations, writing down positive affirmations so I can repeat them to myself over and over and over again. You know what I mean? That I don't need a job to have income. You know what I mean? That I'm my own boss, that I'm self-employed, that I enjoy my life, that I don't need W-2 income to pay my bills. You know what I mean? Those are the type of things that I was speaking to myself. And I always use the word I, and it was hard for me to do it at first, because I was very good at writing when I was younger, and I was always taught that you don't try to avoid starting sentences off with I. But as you do positive affirmations, and once you start learning about law of attraction, that type of stuff, you learn that the power of I am. You know what I mean? So you learn to use that a lot, because you want to be the things that you desire. You have to be it. It's a state of being. I say that a lot, but I don't elaborate on it, because I don't feel like I'm knowledgeable enough yet to start going too deep into the spiritual realm and the law of attraction stuff. But I want to tell you that I do have those habits. You know what I mean? I do tap into that energy. You know what I mean? I am aware of those types of things, and I want you to be aware of it. You know what I mean? It's not always just about hustle, grind. I put a balance to it. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to give y'all today. Just simply about habits. What are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your free time? Are you spending some time researching to figure out how do you want to start that business that you want to start? Are you spending some time trying to better yourself with self-development? Because I'm going to tell you now, you can know all you want to know about how to run a business, but if you're not bettering yourself, if you're not giving yourself some self-development, you're wasting your time. It won't work, because you have to be the best version of yourself in order for your business to be successful. your business will be a reflection of what you are. So if you're broke, your business will be broke. If you're unorganized, your business will be unorganized. You know what I mean? So it starts with you. So make sure you're always bettering yourself and trying to learn some self-development. So thank y'all for watching, subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. It's AJ Simmons. I'll see y'all later on today at 12 o'clock with my cleaning business video for today. Thank y'all.